Have you ever walked away from a simple conversation and then your brain refuses to let it go? Hours later, you're still thinking, why did I say that? Did they misunderstand me? Should I have replied differently? Most people move on, but you don't. The scene keeps replaying, word for word, like a movie you didn't ask to watch. People might say you're overthinking, or just let it go. But psychology says something different. Replaying conversations in your head doesn't mean you're crazy, weak, or broken. It reveals a very specific kind of mind. And if this is you, understanding it might finally make you feel less alone. Let's break down the deeper psychology of people who can't stop revisiting what they said, how they said it, and what they should have said instead. For many people who replay conversations, the mind doesn't just experience moments, it studies them. You don't simply talk and walk away. Part of you steps outside the scene and watches it again from another angle. That inner observer keeps scanning for tiny details, tone, facial expressions, the way someone paused, a small change in their eyes that most people forget in minutes. It's not that you enjoy this, it's that your brain is wired for analysis, not just experience. This kind of constant mental replay often comes from high self-awareness. Your mind is always asking, did I handle that right? Long after everyone else has moved on. Underneath all that replay is usually something very human. You care about how your words land. You don't want to accidentally hurt someone, sound fake, or make another person feel unseen. So your brain goes back into the moment and scans it for signs. Were they quieter suddenly? Did their expression change? Did the mood in the conversation shift? You're not doing this because you love to suffer. You're doing it because your mind is trying to make sure you were kind enough, clear enough, and respectful enough the first time. Emotional responsibility can be beautiful, but when it turns into self-interrogation, it stops feeling like care and starts feeling like punishment. A lot of people who replay conversations have a history that taught them speaking can be risky. Maybe you were mocked when you opened up, criticized for how you expressed yourself, or made to feel like you were too sensitive or too much. Over time, your brain learns a quiet rule. If I say the wrong thing, I'll pay for it. So now, after almost every interaction, your mind runs back in time trying to catch any potential mistake before it turns into pain. It's your nervous system trying to protect you from rejection, embarrassment, or conflict. The problem is that the moment is already over, but your body still reacts like there's danger to prevent. What's interesting is that people who do this are rarely socially clueless. In fact, you're often the opposite. You read people deeply, you notice shifts in mood, you pick up on things others miss, and you feel it when the energy in the room changes. The real struggle isn't your perception, it's your self-trust. You don't fully trust that who you were in that moment was enough, so your brain keeps digging for reasons to doubt you. Instead of saying, that went fine, your mind whispers, you probably sounded awkward, you talked too much, or they think less of you now. The harsh judgment you fear from others often comes from your own inner critic, not from what people actually think. If you've ever cried in private after a simple interaction, you know how heavy this can get. People who carry their emotions alone often replay conversations until the words feel sharp again. You remember exactly how something was said, how you responded, and then you turn it over in your mind until a small moment feels enormous. You may tell yourself your feelings aren't serious enough to talk about, so you keep it all inside and let the replay run on a loop instead of sharing what's bothering you. On the outside, you look okay. On the inside, one sentence from hours ago can echo for days. The truth is, this habit also reveals how deeply you experience life. You don't just glide through interactions on the surface. You think deeply. You feel deeply, and you connect deeply, even if you don't always show it. That rich inner world is why a 5-minute conversation can stay with you for weeks. It's why you remember small details others forget immediately. It's why you can be such a good listener, the friend who notices when something is off, the person who remembers exactly what someone told you months ago. Because your mind simply doesn't let moments go that easily. If this is you, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain is trying, sometimes too hard, to protect you and help you grow. Replaying conversations is your mind's way of saying, I want to do better. I don't want to hurt anyone, and I don't want to be hurt again. The goal isn't to hate yourself for this. It's to slowly introduce a little more kindness into the replay. The next time your brain drags you back into an old conversation, instead of asking only, what did I do wrong? Try asking, what does this say about what I care about? Is there real evidence this went badly, or am I assuming the worst? And if a friend told me this story, would I judge them the way I'm judging myself? You don't have to stop overthinking overnight, but you can start shifting from self-attack to self-understanding. The people who replay conversations in their head are often the ones with the softest hearts and the sharpest minds, the ones who feel the world intensely but rarely give themselves the same compassion they give to others. So tell me, are you one of them? And what's the one conversation your brain still refuses to let go of? If this made you feel seen, you're not alone. There are more people like you than you think. Hit subscribe, like the video, and share this with someone whose mind keeps talking long after their mouth goes quiet.